Let's get right into it. This is your available fault current calculation. Pretty much what you need to know is that it must be performed and you need to have the available fault current calculation and the date. And they shall include the date, the fault current calculation, and the durability. So your labeling needs to withstand the environment. Now I'm doing this as a favor for somebody, but I figured I would show you exactly how to do it. So the first thing you need to do is you need to get on your phone and you need to get this available fault current calculation Eaton Bussmann FC2 app here. We're going to click on this. We're going to go three-phase. Now, before we get too far, we got to unlock our phone. Not show you my password. This is the one-line diagram. We can see we got a three-phase 120 volt 208 transformer. It's got 3/0 copper. We don't care about the ground. We do care about the material of the pipe, and we're going to show you here pretty soon. We've got a 200 amp disconnect. It's also got 3/0 copper. Panel's 200 amps. It's got a breaker that feeds this elevator disconnect, and then another elevator disconnect, and then finally we have the motor. Now, if you don't know, this is very important. Your available fault current calculation is pretty much what your breakers and equipment is rated for. If you exceed it, you simply cannot install the equipment. So it's very, very important to have the correct available fault current ratings on your equipment. If not, your equipment will just fail, explode, disintegrate before it has a chance to clear the fault. So this is what we're looking at. We got a transformer here. Now he sent me some pictures. Let's go back here. This is our transformer. This is where it all starts. So we got 750 kVA. We know our voltage is 208/120. And we're looking for something called our impedance. I just realized my Bluetooth is on, and that might be a problem. I turned my Bluetooth off just now. I'm going to check the live here to see if you guys can hear me. How to do it. So the first thing you need to do. Well, that's good news. Well, that's good news. Okay, so we got the audio check. Now, we got our impedance here, which is 5.6. Just echoing. It should be good now. I was just doing a volume check real quick. It should not be echoing anymore. We got 5.6 impedance. We got 750 kVA, and we got 208 volts here. Cool. I'm trying not to give this guy's name away, so I'm just trying to show the things. This is his elevator here. And what we're probably going to see is that we can't exceed maybe 5,000, maybe 7,000 AIC. But it's not, thank you. Perfect. Okay. This is what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the home so you guys can see what to do. So when we open up this app here, it's going to say, is it three-phase or single-phase? And we know that it's 208, so it's three-phase. So we're going to go three-phase. And we're going to add to the system. We're going to add the transformer, which is back here. And we know that it's 750, 208, and 5.6 impedance, which is actually very high. The higher impedance, the better this goes for us. So we're going to say, we don't know what the primary fault current is. That's what we're trying to find out. And I'll show you how to use this in a second. But we're going to assume infinite current on the primary for now. We're going to add our kVA in, which is 750 here. The voltage we know is 208. 20. Sorry, I'm trying to look through the camera while I do this. 208, and the impedance is 5.6. 5.6. That's a 7, stupid. 6. There. We're going to add to the system. And we're not going to add any motors yet. And We are in add a motor later, but it's irrelevant. We're just doing the calculation on the wire, the length, the material of the conduit, all that stuff. So I'm going to show you. We're going to say no, and it's going to spit out a fairly high number, 41,308 amps. This is why it's so important to make sure that this calculation is done properly. And what you're going to see, the longer we get away from this transformer, the lower this number is going to go. Typically, guaranteed safe number is 10K. That's what your standard breakers are rated at. Typically, your main is going to be rated at 22. And that's where you can do like kind of series calculation and show that the main is going to protect downstream on the other breakers. But we'll get into that later. We're going to add to our system now is what we're going to do. So we're going to add wire. So we're going to add conductor, run. And our conductor run is 3/0 copper. And you know what? Honestly, he didn't tell me, but typically your transformers, if it's a utility, it's going to be in PVC. So we're going to do 3/0 copper, PVC. He's supposed to give me a length here, and he did not give me a length, but that's okay. We're just going to run some variables so you guys understand what to do. So we're just going to say 100 feet. Let's say 75, okay? Length of the run, 75, and this is probably the most important number to have. So I'm going to reach out to him and get the real number. This is just going to tell you guys how to do it. Conductors per phase, 1, because we've only got 3/0 copper. And 200 amps, we know the 3/0 copper is good for 200 amps, so we know that we only got one set. If you're doing parallels, this is where you put in your sets. And then your size here is 3/0, 3/0. We know that our material is copper because it says copper CU. Unless otherwise noted, you always go with copper. And we're not 3-conductor cable because we are in conduit. And we are non-metallic because we are PVC. And you're going to see we're going to start to choke down this fault current pretty quickly. We've got 14,478. So we're already halfway to our goal of trying to get below 10. Now, sometimes motors, especially elevator motors, will have a fault current of like 5,000. And that's kind of what we're trying to achieve here, I believe. So after this disconnect, we have 3/0 copper here going to this panel. I'm going to say another 50 feet just to be generous. We know that it's probably more than 50 feet, but the longer the run, the lower this number gets. So we're just going to run it at 50. So we're going to scroll back up here. We're going to go to add to the system, and we're going to add more conductor. And that's convenient. And we're going to do 50 feet here. Conductor for phase 1. Select the size again. Select the size, should be 3/0. We're going to go copper still in conduit. Now we're going to go to steel because we're going to be an EMT. And then we're going to add to the system. Scroll down here. You can see we're already under 10K. So this is suitable for any panel. Any breaker is going to meet this requirement. We're going to keep going. We're probably going to come off a 40 amp breaker because it's number 8. And now we're really going to start to choke down this number. Where we're going to go here back to the conductor. We're going to add the length of run. We're going to call it 20 feet to be very conservative. But we know the elevator, I mean, it's going to be a couple of floors. So you know it's going to be way more than 20 feet. But we're just going to put 20 to be safe. Conductor, we got one number 8 here. And copper, 3 single, steel, again. And we're down to 3686. We already know that we're good. We could show this to the elevator company. We could show this to the inspector. We've got all this. This is emailable as well. You can just hit right there. See if I can find it here. Email system diagram right there. But we're not done. We still got to go from the elevator disconnect to the motor. We're going to go another 20 feet. Add to my system. Add more conductor. 20 feet. Select the size, number 8 again. Copper, 3 single, steel, EMT, yeah. And there you go. There's our final number, 2,644 amps. That's exactly how you guys do it. Previously, this app here was only available if you went to eatonbussman.com, and then they would bring you to a separate link that took you back to the App Store. So if you can't find this, try to go, just type in Eaton Bussman fault current calculator in Google, and it'll allow you to download this for your operating system on your phone or iPad. Hope this, guys, helps you out. Really important stuff. Thanks for watching. Sub for more and all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next one.